Hello and welcome to another Explore Tulsa. This week we set our sights to aim high.
Then we check in with Olympic fame.
Followed by a challenge for the last starfighter.
Plus we see what future broadcasters bring to the show.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. It's so good to have you with us for this week's Explore Tulsa. Stevie, why are you stretching?
I'm getting ready for our gymnastics segment.
That's right, we're getting ready to meet the folks from Aim High Academy. But that still doesn't explain why you're stretching.
I want to try to impress the kids and founder Jennifer Patterson when I do my work on the floor.
If anything, they'll be scraping you off the floor. Let's watch the real gymnast from Aim High Academy.
I started gymnastics when I was 4 years old and started competing when I was 6 years old. And I did gymnastics competitively for 9 years. And when I went off to college, just realized how much I missed the sport. And I began coaching at the Bart Conner Gymnastics Academy. Coached there for 4.5 years. Decided this is great, this is absolutely what I want to do with my life. Came to Tulsa in '96 and at that point got a job coaching at Tulsa World of Gymnastics. In 2000, I became the head coach at Tulsa World of Gymnastics. The reason that I started Aim High Academy was I had been volunteering up in the community for about 10 or 11 years and just really saw a need for early intervention in their lives. I was working with youth, and at age 13 and 14, many of these kids already had police records, many were already dealing with consequences of poor decisions that they had made in their lives, many were struggling in school, and I just saw a need for early intervention and just thought, you started thinking about my gymnastics background, my passion for the sport of gymnastics and coaching, and just started thinking about how, you know, we can't really intervene any earlier than 2-3 years old when we can start them in gymnastics. And I started thinking about all the wonderful life lessons that you learn through the sport of gymnastics. And so God just kind of started giving me this vision to start this program in North Tulsa. So I began working on my 501c3 and we got our nonprofit status and started doing fundraising and kicked it off at the John 316 Family and Youth Center in 2007.
I became a part of Aim High when I was in second grade. So I've been there about a little bit more than 4 years. And so I started going there because I heard that it was a good gym and I had a lot of friends that went there. And it's changed me because before I didn't know what a lunge or a cast or any of the basic skills were. And so it made me the gymnast that I am.
I think one of the fondest memories that I have was just being with my teammates and just learning what, you know, encouragement and support can do when your teammates are around you and you know, when you're maybe not up to your best that day and they're encouraging you and instilling belief within you, you know, you're just, and it's empowering. And so I think I learned that from my teammates and it kind of made me want to do that for others.
Aim High Academy is great because they use gymnastics, which I'm very familiar with, as a tool to foster success in children. And whether it's done in children or any being, any organization or single person that wishes to foster success and their motivation behind it being love, I'm behind 100%. And Aim High Academy happens to use gymnastics. Whether you use golf or tennis or music or, you know, academics or art, to foster that in someone, I'm 100% in support of it, and I'll lend anything I can to help promote that as well.
This program wouldn't be possible without the help of the Tulsa community. And one big event that we put on each year to help raise money is Gold Medal Night. And Gold Medal Night is an event that we hold usually at a hotel or at a big conference center. This week it happens to be at the Wyndham Hotel. And basically it consists of live and silent auctions and the kids perform at the event, which they're rehearsing behind me here in a little bit. But that's what everybody seems to remember about our event, is that they actually get to come to the event and they see where their dollars are going. You know, they're making donations to our program, and then they get to see the kids up there performing with smiles on their faces, and you get to see the confidence that they're gaining, and it just makes people want to continue to support the program because they get to see it. it's almost hard to describe. You see it in their faces every day when they're, not walking into the gym, but they're running into the gym. They can't wait to get there. The smiles and the laughter that you hear inside our gym on a weekly basis is, I don't know, there's just something heavenly about it. It's just a beautiful sound. When they feel all of that sense of accomplishment that they feel all the time, I mean, these kids are going to start believing that anything is possible and they can do anything. And we have some kids, that started not being able to do anything in gymnastics. So they couldn't do a handstand, they couldn't do a forward roll, and now they're calling themselves state champions. And that's pretty incredible.
Jennifer's doing amazing work with those kids.
She sure is, Trish. And they are all having some great fun learning and being part of something they wouldn't have if it wasn't for Jennifer and the folks backing Aim High.
If you'd like to learn more about the gymnastics program they offer, visit aimhighgym.org. Now why are you stretching?
I think I hurt myself on the pommel horse.
Well, you better get it together, Stevie, because next we meet Olympic medalist Betty Okino.
You think she'll notice that I'm playing with pain?
I just wouldn't sit down if I were you.
Oh, good idea. Stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa next.
Stevie, why on earth are you dressed like that?
Why else? I'm gonna be a mystery shopper at Video Revolution.
Oh, you are definitely a mystery no one can solve.
Well, Missy, don't you like my granny voice? No? Well, I think that the guys at Video Rev, if I'm dressed like a granny, are gonna give me a better deal on a brand new Sony TV.
Stevie, granny or not, anybody who walks into Video Revolution at 71st and Lewis can count on getting the best deal in town.
Like this Sony 55-inch 1080p LED HD smart TV with built-in Wi-Fi, only $14.99.
Or this 40-inch Sony 1080p LED with motion flow for just $4.99.
Plus, get this Sony 3D Blu-ray player with built-in Wi-Fi, so you can stream all your favorite videos for only $99.
And with Video Revolution's low price guarantee, nobody has to dress up to get a great deal.
Well, all right, Missy, but can you help me with my brassiere?
Oh, Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
For a taste of Italy in Tulsa, may we recommend Ti Amo. For 20 years, Tulsa diners have come to Ti Amo for the very best in authentic Italian and Mediterranean dishes. With a dining room perfectly suited for single diners or groups and an incomparable menu, it's easy to see why Ti Amo has been voted best Italian restaurant in Tulsa. Ti Amo now with 2 locations, 61st and Sheridan, and our new downtown location on the northeast corner of 3rd and Cheyenne. Ti Amo, fine dining at an affordable price.
Hi, if you have Olympic fans in the house, now's the time to call them all to Living Room for our special guest.
That's right, Trish. Aim High Academy brought in Betty Okino to speak at a recent event, and we were lucky enough to get a few minutes from her to hear her amazing rise to Olympic glory.
You didn't embarrass us, did you?
No, I don't think so, but she did look at me a little funny when I knelt down to kiss her ring.
And boy, what a vault she did. This is a true coming out. Look at the height and the distance and a great landing. That is a 10.
My gymnastics career started at age 9, which is late for most gymnasts. I started out as a dancer, so on the stage and theater, performing in like all those competitions. And so then my mom read me the book Nadia, and she had been reading it to me since I was 5 years old, and I loved it. So every time I had a dance competition and I was interviewed afterwards, they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, an Olympic gymnast. I hadn't even done gymnastics, and my mom's like, I don't know what she's talking about. She's never been in a gym, but I kept saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it until finally she started coaching me herself. So I started out as class 3. I surpassed her ability to coach me, and she no longer felt like she could do it. I had gone too far, so I went up to class 1 and I won state. And then we found another gym in Chicago, and my whole family moved to Chicago, where I started training with my coach then. His name was Todd Gardner from Illinois Gymnastics Institute. He's a great man. And I stayed with him until I was about 13 years old, and my dream had always been, and it's ironic, even while I was training with him, to train with Bella. I said, I want to go to the Olympics, I have to train with Bella. And I kept begging my parents to send me to Caroli's, which was in Houston, Texas. Finally, at age 13, my mom agreed to take me there so that I could be tested by him. So I went for a weekend, and it was the hardest weekend of my life. Oh my God. It was like I didn't comprehend what hard work was until I spent a weekend with his team, training with him. And I was an elite gymnast. We trained 6 days a week already, 4 hours a day. But it was on another level. Practice was actually more intense than the competition to some degree. And you had to do more repetition. In the competition, you only have to do it once. Just do it once, and in the gym, you have to do it like 10 times, and you have to make it every time, because Bella demanded that. So then I went to the US Classic competition, where I beat almost all of his girls except for one of them. And so by the end of the competition, he wasn't coaching me at the beginning, but by my last event in the competition, he was right there beside me, and he's like, "Good job." And I was like, "Yes." And I finished my last bar routine, and he's like, "So how would you like to train with me?" And I was like, "I would love to." You know, tears like well up in my eyes, because it was like such a great moment.
Okino was performing on floor exercise.
There's this movie, I don't know if you've seen it, Speed Racer. And there, right before the Grand Prix, at the very end, he walks out, and his pit boss is like, "So how do you feel?" And he looks around and he says, "It's big." That moment in that film epitomizes what the Olympics felt like. Before we stepped out on the floor for the very first time, and we were standing from the practice gym, like in the corridor, getting ready to march out, you could feel this intensity. All the athletes, everybody could feel this. It's like words can't describe it. It simply felt big, like something bigger than anything I'd ever felt before, and you could literally feel it, like an energy just going woof, 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 as this crowd started cheering, and masses of people, and all the cameras going off. And the World Championships are a similar setting. You know, the floor looks the same, the podium looks the same, the stadium looks the same, but not the same at all. I loved competing vault because it's explosive and the crowd loves it. So in competition, vault was fun. Bars I enjoyed because I enjoyed the flight of it, getting airtime, you know, that moment in the air where everything stops, breath stops, time stops, and then you catch the bar again. It's a really awesome feeling. And balance beam, I enjoyed because it was my best event. I always scored well. You can dream. Anything that you can dream can be created. So it first starts with dreaming. Dreaming is essentially visioning, picturing, mental picture. Anything that is first a mental picture that you hold on to and then you apply yourself every single day is going to become a reality. It has to outpicture in your world. This is like a universal law, and it's so true. So this is what I would tell them: to dream, to vision, to get into clear focus what exactly they want to be, do, accomplish, whatever it is. And then keep working every day towards it. Never lose sight of that focused dream. Keep bringing yourself right back to that vision. Bring yourself back to that vision. And eventually, you'll be standing there on the podium at the Olympics with a medal around your neck saying, "I did it," you know?
What an amazing story.
Betty is also an OU grad with a journalism degree.
Did you ever dream of being an Olympic champion, Trish?
Well, I think everybody does at some point of their lives.
Well, yeah. I know that when they make paper football an Olympic sport, I am so in.
Always looking for a new challenge, Betty is also a singer about to launch a new website called freedompeople.com.
And it's so cool, too. In place of the 2 E's in freedom, you'll need to type in 2 3's.
Glad you cleared that up for us, Stevie.
Well, I just know sometimes when it comes to cool, it's necessary for me to jump in and help you out a little bit.
Then you'll want to stay around real close because there's more cool ahead when we stop in at Laser Quest next with more Explore Tulsa.
Frustrated with your computer's performance? Looking to upgrade or repair the one you have? Arcade Computers at 5649 South Mingo in Tulsa has the solution. Arcade Computers sells new computers, used computers, and provides network installation and support. Keep your system running at its top performance. We offer the highest trade-in values and below market prices on late model desktop computers, laptops, network equipment, workstations, and monitors. Stop in or call us. Our expert technical staff will be glad to assist you. The Royal Dragon at 51st and Memorial in the Fontana Shopping Center is celebrating their 35th anniversary, and you're invited. The Royal Dragon has been and still is Tulsa's tradition to meet family and friends for a wonderful meal. It's also home of the all-day buffet. A full menu is available if you prefer. When it comes to planning holiday events, weddings, receptions, birthdays, or an anniversary, the Royal Dragon has private rooms or you can use the entire restaurant.
Hello, and welcome back to Explore Tulsa. You know, Stevie, sometimes it's very hard to predict the spring in Tulsa.
And that's why oftentimes we need to find ways to have some fun indoors.
And for the past 18 years, Tulsans have been doing just that at Laser Quest.
What we do here is we play laser tag. It's kind of like a big game of hide and go seek and tag. And we go into a multi-level maze with fog, strobe lights, loud music, everything like that. You actually play the full game. You get a scorecard at the end that shows how great you did. And we've been here for about, this summer, it will be actually 18 years. Laser Quest, our company, started over in England. And I think it was about 25 years ago, because our actual company of a whole, we have 56 in the United States and Canada, and we've been in business last summer for 20 years. So. Right whenever you first get here at Laser Quest, what you want to do is you want to come up to phase 1. You're going to actually buy a game card. That game card is going to get you over to phase 2. Phase 2 is when you're going to actually come up with a code name. And after that, we get a code name, we get an activator, we go into our briefing room, and in our briefing room, our marshals tell us how to play the game, what the rules are, how to put the packs on, everything like that. Then you actually come into our airlock, and this is our airlock here. This is where we put our packs on. Once we get the packs on, we get them activated with their code names on it, and then we actually go in the arena, and that's where the actual game goes on. Well, in our arena, we actually have 3 different levels. We have a tower on our right side, a tower on our left side, and we have a tower in the back that goes up to a 3rd level up into the very back of the arena. It's like a maze. It's not a tight maze. It's got the black lights, so where all of the paint stands out in the fluorescent colors. We've got loud music, really high energy music going, strobe lights, and then we also have fog. And the fog is in the arena, so you can actually, when you pull the trigger and you tag across the room, you can actually see the beam go all the way through the fog as opposed to just where it hits it on the other side. A couple different things. This is what you do. Your best strategy is, 1, you want to turn to your side, so the only place that they can actually really tag you is on the shoulder or in the front of your laser, all right? And there's certain sensors around the packs everywhere. You have 7 different sensors, but each one of the flashing light areas are different sensors. So the more you can move around, I don't do it very well. They call it the LQ dance. But the more you can move around, the more difficult it is for them to tag you. We do a lot of different things for the birthday kid to make it special for them. One of the things that we do also is called the hog. And what we do is we've got a blower, like a leaf blower. We put an actual piece of paint roller on the end of it, and we stick a roll of toilet paper on them. And as we sing happy birthday to them up on our podium, we actually blow toilet paper all over them. So it's pretty exciting. I think some kids just have their parties here because they get toilet paper blown on them. We do all kinds of corporate events. We actually have a team building event too that is a structured team building event that's about a half-day process. So, and yeah, we do Christmas parties, and we can do just fun outings. We do church groups, birthdays, day camps, schools. We have an educational program that we do for schools and everything too. So. And probably one of the most enjoyable things that happen here and why I like it so much is I can sit back on a Saturday and be walking around and talking to people, and I just see the smile on the kids' faces, the smile on the parents' faces, because the kids are having a good time. And some of the funniest stuff is whenever a dad will go in with his kid and he doesn't really want to go, but then he comes out and he's like, yeah, I took you down, you know, different things like that. So the parents usually come out more excited than the children do. So that's fun. And then, you know, I think the people that we choose to work here because of the atmosphere and the people that want to work here make it a lot of fun too. So.
Laser Quest is so much fun.
It really is, Stevie. And if you'd like to learn more, visit them at laserquest.com or just stop in and play around at 31st and Sheridan. Now, Stevie, tell me, what was your code name?
Supreme Leader.
Oh my, if you're the universe's last hope, there's plenty for us to worry about.
You could worry, or you could stick around and see what the next generation of broadcasters has to offer when we return with SkillsUSA at Tulsa Tech, next on Explore Tulsa.
Since 1964, Guitar House of Tulsa is the player's choice. We provide excellent customer service and the best selection on guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, ukuleles, and amplifiers in Tulsa. Check out the latest products from PRS, Martin, Taylor, Spectre, Charvel, Takamine, Alvarez, Mesa Boogie, Orange, and many more. Open Monday through Saturday. Ask about our string instrument repair, 0% interest financing, and private lessons with the best instructions in Tulsa. Guitar House of Tulsa. We'll keep you strumming along.
Have you noticed your vision seeming a little narrowed and blurry?
Then you may be suffering from SDTV.
Let the LED experts at Video Revolution help you see what you've been missing.
Like the Samsung 1080p 50-inch LED for only $749.
Or this Sony 60-inch 1080p LED for only $14.99.
Video Revolution at 71st and Lewis can help you find the perfect HD.
And 3D prescription to custom fit your home entertainment needs.
Hello, we are delighted to have you with us for more Explore Tulsa.
Now, Stevie, you were asked to be a judge this week for a very special event, right?
Yeah, they asked me because they recognize the expertise that I have in video and film, and they asked me to judge those folks at the Oklahoma division of SkillsUSA.
Now, in other words, they knew you worked cheap. What'd they pay you?
Chocolate and cookies. But I did get to see some really fun work high schoolers from around Oklahoma are capable of, and I tell you, Trish, the future is looking bright.
It is the largest student organization in the country. It's huge. We have about 5,000 to 6,000 students that will come in to Tulsa. They're actually here right now for the contest. It's pretty much based in the career tech schools, although there are some high schools that are a part of it. Every job that we teach at Career Tech, there is a contest for it. There's 3 contests that I run. First one is a broadcast news contest. It's 3 minutes long, and it's the best that they can come up with to simulate a live newscast. One of the other contests, it's a new contest, and it's going to quickly become the most favorite. Digital cinema production is the name of it. And so it's, kids love movies, they love film. That's really when they come to tech, really that's what they want to do.
You gotta calm down, Damien.
I'm fine.
You're not fine. We all know it. You gotta put it behind you.
It's a 3 to 4 minute video, and it's supposed to be film based. And I give them a theme, and it's very obscure. It's Wonder and Wander, and they have to base a 3 to 4 minute film around that theme.
Wonder versus wonder. Define it.
It's a 2-day contest, so they come in on Sunday, and they have 7 hours to start. They have to walk away, leave everything here, because we don't want any cheating. Then they come back the next day at 8 o'clock, and they head until 3 o'clock, so an additional 7 hours. If it wasn't exported, it wasn't on a DVD, they weren't handing it to me, they were disqualified. Our third contest is called TV Video, and that is nothing more than creating a 30-second commercial for a location. And I took them to the Oklahoma Aquarium.
Welcome to the Tulsa Aquarium.
They had 2 hours to go in there and shoot some video.
Everything from the sea.
And then they had 3.5 hours to edit it together.
To the waters of the state of Oklahoma. Come and enjoy the experience.
One of the things at Career Tech is we try to get them involved. So many of the students that come to Career Tech, they're just, they're not the kids that are in the sports. They're not the kids that are in the clubs. They're not your student council presidents. We really want to get them involved and be a part of something and show them by stepping out of your comfort zone, you're going to learn, a little bit more. You're going to learn what it's like real world. They're timed contests, so that's part of it too. Can you think very quickly? Can you act very quickly? Can you do something on a deadline? A student that's willing to do that goes on to nationals. Those are your students that you're going to see out in the industry. TV and video, the contests aren't that large. Everybody just goes right to the state competition. Probably the largest contest though is cosmetology. It's so large that they have to have a contest at the school, and then once you compete there, you go to a regional contest, and then the winners from that then get to come to state. Every year there's 1 or 2 students that have that moment, and if that helps them in any part of their life, it is so worth it for me and all the work that it takes to put this together.
See, you never know. One of those students could be the next Spielberg. Plus, the winner of the event goes on to the national competition.
If you want to find out how to get your high schooler involved in SkillsUSA, visit tulsatech.edu.
Oh, you might want to visit tulsatech.edu if you want to be a judge and get some free chocolate too.
Stick around because there's more Explore Tulsa just ahead. Give me that.
Looking for a new home entertainment experience? Well, hi, and welcome to Video Revolution, Tulsa's best in cutting-edge electronics. Professional, highly trained home entertainment experts. Video Revolution's been serving Tulsans for over 25 years with name brands like Sony, Clips, Definitive Technology, Samsung, and so many more. Great selection, price match guarantee, custom installation, expert assistance equals home entertainment success. See for yourself. The Video Revolution showroom features the largest selection of flat panel TVs in all of Oklahoma. Plus the latest in 3D entertainment. Highly trained home entertainment experts on hand. Professional delivery, installation, and service after the sale. And the best selection of name brands. Visit us online at videorevolution.com and find out more about everything we have to offer. Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Be sure and stop in next week when we get ready to party downtown with Mayfest. It's just around the corner.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show. But special thanks to Jennifer Patterson of Aim High Academy.
Thanks too to Olympian Betty Okino. Thanks for the balance beam tips. And thanks to Annette Haar and her staff at LaserQuest. I like the way that she says, you don't just play the game, you're in it.
Plus, thanks to Teresa Piper for all the work she did to make SkillsUSA a great event at Tulsa Tech.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsachannel.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about. Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is always brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
If you're looking for home audio, home video, HD TVs,
or you want to learn how to make your iPhone, iPad, or other smart device run your entire entertainment system,
please stop by and say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs. And we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.